Hi guys, Richard here, aka the Longshot King, and back with you for my tips for Royal Ascot week. And we're kicking off with day one. But before I get to the tips, what I want to do is I just want to let you know about the Royal Ascot charity tipping competition that's going on. What we're doing is we've organised a friendly charity tipping competition between myself and Ascot Insider from Ascot Racecourse. So what we're doing is we're picking out one selection a day, and we're going to back that to level stakes of £1, either £1 win or £1 each way. And at the end of the week, the loser actually has to donate some money to charity. Now, what we've done is we've both actually picked out the same charity, and it's going to be Racing Welfare that actually benefits from the tipping competition. So just wanted to let you know about that, and let's get on with the tips for day one. So the first race on the card is the Queen Anne Stakes, and it's a cracking good competition. We've got really, on the book it looks like it's going to be a 3-horse race. If we look at the favourite Goldikova, we've got Rip Van Winkle from Aidan O'Brien's yard, and we've got Richard Hannon's Paco Boy. Now, it looks a 3-horse race, but I think it's actually a 2-horse race. Goldikova definitely deserves to be the favourite, and I think the Paco Boy actually £8 better off with Rip Van Winkle for the 2.5 lengths that Rip Van Winkle beat it in the Sussex Stakes. So really, just on the book, Rip Van Winkle doesn't really have a very good chance at all. So I think it's between the two, and I'm going to go with Paco Boy. I'm going to go with the course and distance experience. Paco Boy is actually, it's saying 5-2 here. It's actually trading at 100 to 30. So I think that's an excellent price. So that's Paco Boy in the first in the Queen Anne Stakes. In the second, it's the sprint. It's the King Stand Stakes, and it's the first leg of the Global Sprint Challenge. And of course, we've got Kingsgate native, who came back first time out this season and ran an absolute cracker. And the favourite is Niconi. Now, Frankie Dettori's riding this one, and he came out earlier this week and said that this is definitely one of the best sprinters that he's sat on. So I think when Frankie says something like that, you've got to sit up and take notice. But these two are very short. Niconi 5-2 and Kingsgate native is 100 to 30. So the one I'm looking at here got good course and distance form, not won over the course and distance, but we're going to go for the old favourite Border Ascot. Run very well this season, come up against Equiano. Equiano's improved again this season, but I think that Border Ascot looks really good value at around about the 14 or 16 to 1 mark each way. So that's Border Ascot in the King Stand. In the next, it's the St James Palace Stakes, and we've got the renewed rivalry of the first three from the 2,000 guineas. Now, Camford Cliffs is trading at favourite at the moment. It was a short of 6-4 earlier in the week, but it's now 9-4. It's drifted out just today, really, in fact. When I looked this morning, it was 7-4. It's drifted out to 9-4 now. And McPhee, the 2,000 guineas winner, is trading at 11-4. And the second in the 2,000 guineas, Dick Turpin. Now, this is really interesting. This is trading currently at 8-1, and you can get a quarter of the odds a place with a number of bookmakers. Now, for the life of me, I cannot understand how Dick Turpin is as big as 8-1. It's beaten Camford Cliffs twice, fair and square, so I don't see any reason whatsoever for Camford Cliffs being able to turn around the form. I think that the race lies between Dick Turpin and McPhee, and at the prices, I think that Dick Turpin is very, very good value. So for me, it's Dick Turpin in the St James Palace Stakes. The fourth race on the card is the first juvenile event. It's the Coventry Stakes, and we've got a really, really strong field for this. Aidan O'Brien has sent over a couple of dual winners, and these look as though they've got very, very good chances. Samuel Morse and Zoffany. Zoffany looks likely to be favourite. They're going to be taken on by Richard Hannon's Strong Suit, and also up here we've got Elzarm from Michael Jarvis's yard. Now, Elzarm won first time out, was very, very well backed first time up, and won very, very impressively. Now, when you look at the odds of the 4 horses that I've mentioned there, they're trading between 5-2 and 9-2. For me, it's not really value, and I'm going to be looking elsewhere. And the one that I like is this one down here, Clamour. Now, I've seen this horse run twice. It won at Newbury, and then it won at Newmarket, and it just looks as though a stiff 6 furlongs is really what it needs. And both times it's run, when it's got down to the business end of the race, when the jockey's gone for it, it looks as though it's just still a little bit green. So I think there's a hell of a lot of improvement to come from Clamour. And at the respective odds, we've got it showing here at 16s, but you can still get 20-1. So I think Clamour looks as though it's going to be very, very good each way value. In the next, in the 5 o'clock, it's the Ascot Stakes over 2.5 miles. And 20 runner field, so it's going to be very, very tricky to pick out the winner. I was looking at this last night, and it's really, really tightly handicapped. Now, of course, you've got this interesting combination here: Nicky Henderson and Kieran Fallon. And Guimard actually last time out won very, very easily over hurdles. Has got some very, very good solid course form at Ascot. But again, the price at 5-1 for me is a little bit short. And the one I like is a little bit further down the bottom of the handicap, and it's Sleepy Hollow. Now, I'm not sure whether you remember Sleepy Hollow, but it ran at the Cheltenham Festival. It ran in the Neptune Novices Hurdle, and it ran a cracking good race. It was still there 2 out when it ran out. So I think that Sleepy Hollow, off of this mark of 85, it finished 3rd on its last run on the flat over 1 mile and 6, and I think that it's running off the same mark of 85, but the step up in trip could see the necessary improvement for this one. So I think that Sleepy Hollow at around about the 16-1 mark, I think it's generally 16s, looks to be pretty decent value each way. So for me, it's Sleepy Hollow in the Ascot Stakes. The last race on the card is the Windsor Castle, and we have an amazingly interesting contender here. Metropolitan Man from the US, Wesley Wald. If you remember, Wesley trained the winner of this race last year, Strike the Tiger, and Metropolitan Man came out. It ran at Keeneland in April, first time up, and won very, very easily by 7.5 lengths. If you go down just below this video, you'll see a recording. I've put a video on there from YouTube of its race at Keeneland, and it was mightily impressive. But they're not taking any chances. Last year, Strike the Tiger was 33-1. Metropolitan Man is 7-4, and that's just not a good price. So I was going to tip Metropolitan Man, but not at this sort of price. I'd rather go for something at a bigger price each way. So the one for me is Chilworth Lad. This one's improved with each run. It's won its maiden over course and distance, and last time out at Sandown it got a little bit outpaced. So I think that the stiffer finish here at Ascot is really going to suit it, and I really can't see this one being out of the 3. So again, I think you probably can get 10-1 in a place. So at a quarter of the odds, I think Chilworth Lad is the call in the Windsor Castle. But it's going to be fascinating to watch Metropolitan Man, and do go down and look at the video, because it was really impressive. So there you go. They're my tips for the first day of Royal Ascot. In the morning, Ascot Insider is going to be placing up his charity tip at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning UK time. And I'm going to let him have first dabs on the choices, and then I'll be posting my charity tip up as well. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be doing a run through during the week and keeping you updated by video of how we're doing. And then after close of play on Saturday, we'll see who comes out triumphant. Anyway, guys, have a good week, and I hope you back lots of winners. See you now.